ready? Is it going? I'll be calling you radical. We've been at the Helen Caldecott anti-nuclear symposium all weekend, which I call the Deniers Tea Party, the false equivalency cash machine. But you cannot make this up, and I want to tell this. You know, we protested at this museum the day that Prince Williams went to Japan, the first royal who set foot in Japan since 1853. Mission accomplished. So you cannot make this up, and I want to tell this story. Ackerman and I come over here today. I didn't want to come. He tells me, he says, let's go in. Because I get in this museum, I won't leave for months. So we go up, and we want to see the great American paintings, the Hudson River masterpieces, the priceless gems that they are. This is the greatest museum on earth, bar none. So we go up there. You cannot make this up. We're sitting there. There's, of course, Washington crossing the Delaware. But the other great painting is Albert himself, which I love this painting, of Lander Peak. That's where I live. That's my place, Wyoming, Utah. So I look, and I'm sitting there, and by the way, you want to view any human being, just look how they view art in a museum. Any asshole that goes up to $1 billion painting, those paintings are $1 billion, not million, $1 billion paintings. They're priceless. You walk up, and they get their nose this far, and so there's two jerk-offs. All the guys are standing right there. One of them actually reaches up and touches the painting. I'm sitting on the bench like a normal human being would do. He touches one of the natives. So I says, really? You're that arrogant to touch a fucking $1 billion painting? And he just looks at me. So we walk around the corner. You cannot make this up. I'm looking at the incredible John Brown painting where he painted him actually black. And I'm sitting there talking to them same two jerk-offs are sitting on the bench now after I scolded them. And they're sitting there, and I'm talking to him, and he's looking at my shirt. And so we break up the conversation. Well, you're anti-nuclear. Yeah, I'm here for the Caldecott Symposium, blah, blah, blah. I've got leukemia, blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, I did my undergraduate work at Boscott. Yeah, whatever. Then I went to Berkeley. My light goes on. So I said, oh, yeah. You graduated science technology at Berkeley? Yeah. Then he carries on. I'm the former science and technology dean at Michigan. Well, there's another, the jerk-off who touched the painting sitting next. We're having a great conversation about John Brown and the painting, and, you know, Booth, which they were illiterate. They had no sense of history. They didn't know how famous Booth was at the time. And so, I mean, you were talking the greatest abolitionist in the world, bar none, was Brown. So, the other guy, we started talking about, he says, well, what made you so anti-nuclear? And I says, they nuked the human lab rat and my dad. I says, I knew Goffman, I was in his class, I knew Stegner. They didn't know who Stegner was, is what jerk-offs they are. So the other guy says, well, I'm not going to be part of this conversation. I'm going to get up and walk up. And so he lets the rabbit out and he says, well, my colleague is the former dean of science and technology at M.I.T. I went, oh my God. I know because I have the transcript inside the Situation Room. John Holdren, the Science and Technology Chairman of Barry Antoinette, Let Them Eat Yellow Cake. He has a 32-panel team. I know who they are. The third panel, this guy's under the panel. I says, really? So what are you doing here? And he says, we're here for the opera. And he says, by the way, I don't like activist professors. I says, I'm no activist professor. I just tell the fucking truth. What do you teach? And then I told him about my FU, you know, being say we got into the FU from Tony. Man, we're talking. He says, well, I don't like it. I says, he says, well, I have conservative values. I says, so I use Helen Caldecott's line. So do I. I'm trying to conserve the earth. You can't make this up. So the guy that I'm going out against, the guy who's running the cleanup of Fukushima's mass murders, actually touched Albert's painting. This painting, where I live. He doesn't touch the mountain. He touches the native. I mean, wow. And we have this argument in front of the quintessential, this painting. Wow, and then Ackerman intervenes, you know, I don't know what was up his fucking square ass, but he's got to fucking intervene, and not only does he intervene, he makes sure he handwrites all their information. He handwrites my information anyway, so I says, Ackerman, I'll give you 48 hours. What's the chemical they killed him with?
Polonium-210.
I think you're getting polonium-210. I'm going to get polonium-212. It's over, baby. Nice knowing you, Ackerman.
Yeah, fine spot you got me into.
And what did I tell you? When I showed up, I said, holy shit, that happened? You should have laid a citizen's arrest on him or beat the shit out of the guy, throw him down, throw him in an armbar
Get
right
them
there.
before they get you.
Exactly.
But I wish I would have kicked you. I mean, think about the arrogance. This is the guy, the former MIT Scientology dean here for the opera, who's so arrogant that we're talking one of the greatest painting, maybe the greatest painting in America. It's priceless. Priceless. If it went on the open market, it would not go for millions. It would go for billions. We're talking the painting in my place. You know, Ackerman says, "Oh my God!" I said, "That's where I live. That's it. Why do you think I'm so in love with the environment? It's the Rocky Mountain, the Rocky Mountain painting. Shane Russell, the other Rocky Mountain, who's standing right here with me. Wow, wow. So I come face to face, toe to toe, in front of Brown's painting with the fucking murderer himself. I wish I would have dropped him like a fucking bag of dirt before he plutoniums me. Stay tuned.